Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this video is a spoiler-filled discussion about A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. If you haven't yet read this book, then please click off this video. I do have a spoiler-free review on my channel right now and I will link that above for you. So I started the book and there's a maiden. She's kept completely segregated. She's totally untouched, being trained by someone, one of her guards in combat. And I was like, is this the same book? Did I pick up from Blood and Ash by mistake? And I read further and then I was like, no, I picked up Bridge Kingdom because this is the exact same plot as the Bridge Kingdom. Then the Primal of Death shows up and he's like, no, I don't need a consort right now. See ya. And the book picks up 3-4 years later and I said to myself, okay, Jennifer L. Armentrout, you got me. And now we're 4 years later and she is sneaking out just like Poppy or Penelope did. She's trying to live her life, get some adventure going on. So she's sneaking out and she meets a god who's very handsome and she is very drawn to him, and they have a number of different encounters that get pretty hot and heavy, which is very classic Jennifer L. Armentrout. And as soon as I read this, it was just so obvious to me that this was the Primal of Death. I just knew it. Like, I don't know if Jennifer L. Armentrout wrote this and she was thinking that this would be a twist, because I 100% knew that this was the Primal of Death. There's been several Primal of Deaths and you're like, oh, okay, well clearly it wasn't this dude who made the agreement then. Otherwise, why are you telling me about that? So I was a little disappointed on that front. I don't know who thought it was a good idea for the author to name the land Lasagna, because every time I read that, I read it as lasagna, and it really doesn't have the same effect, you know? Seraphina's like, I must sacrifice all for the people of lasagna, and I'm like, I need a little snack because now I'm getting hungry and thinking about lasagna. One thing that I really liked about this book was how fallible the Primal of Death was. I'm sick of these all-powerful gods who can just do whatever they want. There was clearly ways that the Primal of Death could become overpowered, particularly when there's like a lot of forces moving against him. And it was cool that he could actually get injured and weakened and all of those things. And then hanging over him is the fact that Seraphina knows that if she makes him fall in love somehow, that can make him vulnerable to being killed. What is the deal with rotten lilac smelling like death and then actual lilac smelling like life? Someone's like, oh, has someone just been born? No, someone just put out a vase of flowers. Never mind, never mind. I swear we're gonna see one of those bookish candle companies. They're gonna have like a rotten lilac smelling candle for the Primal of Death, and then Sarah's gonna have the actual lilac smelling candle. Just wait for it, just wait for it. Another thing that really saved the book for me was the action scenes. I really enjoyed those. I really enjoyed that Seraphina kind of doesn't really listen to her essentially jailers, and she basically does whatever she wants, even though she's given pretty good reasons as to why she shouldn't like venture into these particular areas. She's basically like, nah, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna go heal this wolf or this hawk. I'm gonna do whatever I want. And when she's healing the giant wolf, I was like, I see where the whole wolves that we get in From Blood and Ash are gonna come from. And that is a really cool thing about this book too, is when you're reading From Blood and Ash, there's this big question of, well, how did the world get this way? How did we end up with all of these like creatures and things like that? And they go through it in Crown of Gilded Bones, but it is too much of a giant info dump, like a giant history lesson, and it's not the same as if you were to actually read this book and you get like the detailed backstory and you understand characters' motivations, and it's much more fleshed out and well developed. So once again, I'm reading these books and I'm like, why is this so long? It's just like pages and pages. It's like 200-300 pages too long. Edit that down. I don't care that you're a popular author and that you're like churning these books out quickly. Please edit it down. Also, while you're at it, please write to Sarah J. Maas and ask her to edit her books down, because it's all just getting too long. And like, this book was just like From Blood and Ash in that I like read the beginning and I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And then I kept reading a little more and I was like, oh, I'm bored. And it's just like boring, boring, boring. And then it picks up in like the last quarter of the book. And then you get hooked and then it's a cliffhanger and you're like, well, you got me. I'm stuck. I'm roped in now. Now I'm buying like the next book pre-order because this, I need to know what happens to these characters. I need more. By the end of it, I was like, I need more of Ash. I need more of Seraphina. Now, I want to say that Hawk is like one of my all-time favorite characters, and I love the dynamic between Hawk and Poppy. And Seraphina and Ash, I didn't love them as much as I liked Hawk and Poppy, but I still really liked them. Like they were still right up there, like as a great pairing, as a great couple. And I enjoyed that there is a lot of tension between them that's kept up through the book. And I really liked that about it. Is it me, or is there a bit of a problem in this book where there seem to be such extreme positions taken by the characters? Like, why doesn't Seraphina go and talk to Ash and say, listen, my people are starving. I was told that I had to kill you in order to make that happen. I kind of like you. I see that you're super powerful, and I think that maybe since you're such a kind, caring primal of death, you might want to help my people out. Like, there's so much food in the kingdom of the primal of death. Like, maybe he could help send some food over there. Maybe he has something he can do that would assist. They talk about this rot as being a problem in both lands, so like, why don't they all meet together and try to solve it together? Am I the only person who thought that that was a bit of an extreme plot device? If you were thinking there might be some joinings happening in this book because that's something that's been teased a lot in the From Blood and Ash series, no, not gonna happen. How cute were the baby Draken when they were learning how to fly? I want my own baby Draken to play around with. And is it me or Nektes, the older male dragon? I feel like he should be voiced by Morgan Freeman. Like in my head, when he talks and he's like doling out his wisdom, he is Morgan Freeman in dragon man form. At the end of the book, we start to get some twists that I didn't see coming and that have really hooked me on this series. One was that Sir Holland is actually a Fates. I did not see that coming. Another thing that I did not see coming was that Sarah is the primal of life. That was also a really good plot twist. And as soon as I found that out, I was like, give me more. I must know how this all unfurls. Is it me, or towards the end of the book when you find out that there's this ember of the same magic inside of Sarah that like is the same magic that Ash has? They like really beat you over the head. This does not mean they're related. This does not mean that when they get it on it's incestuous. Like they just, okay, I get it. They're not related. You make up the magic system. You make up the rules. I got it. They're not related. By the end of it, I feel like if you took a shot every time they said the word ember or ember of life, then whew, you'd be lying on the floor, passed out drunk. I am left off wondering, who was that god that was with the queen? They do that one scene, I think it's right before Sarah gets whipped, and they show that there's this god that's with her, and there's also a point where I think it's like the queen or the king says, don't worry, all will be resolved soon. So you kind of get the idea that the king and queen have this kind of like this evil plan brewing behind the scenes, and I think we're going to hear more about that in book 2. Okay, so that is it for my spoiler-filled discussion of A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Let me know down below what you thought about this book. Let me know if you liked it better than From Blood and Ash. I personally did not. I way prefer From Blood and Ash, although I still really liked this book. From Blood and Ash was just really well done, and I definitely like Hawk more than I like Ash. Hawk and Poppy are one of my favorite couples. Ash and Sarah, they're pretty good. They're up there, but they're not better in terms of how much I like them than Hawk and Poppy. Let me know, do you like Sarah better as a main character, or do you prefer Poppy? And do you like Hawk or Castile better, or do you prefer Ash? Also, comment down below if there is another book that you want me to do, like a spoiler-filled discussion like this, because I really enjoy doing these. I have a lot of fun, and I think I'm gonna do one for Zodiac Academy because I'm on book 3 of that series and I've been really enjoying it. So let me know down below if you have any book suggestions for spoilery discussions. In the meantime, click that subscribe button to see more videos like this one. I'm going to put some more videos up on the screen that I think you might enjoy. Take care and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye!